Hey, what's up, trail hoppers? Welcome back to another episode of Hopping the Trails with the Hopkins. Hey, this week we are off the trail, but we are at Trail Hopper Central. That's right, we are home this weekend. We're right here in our living room, and we thought, what better time to talk about creating your own swag? So sit back and relax and enjoy this episode. Let's ride. That's right, trail hoppers. We have decided to create our own swag while we are out there on the camping trail. So you can see behind me some of the garments that we have made right here in our home, downstairs in our workshop. And we're going to bring you guys along with us as we begin to create this sweatshirt and this t-shirt. We really like to use Gildan. This is not a sponsored video. We just happen to like Gildan. This is the Gildan G18500 that we're going to use for the hoodies that we like to make. We find that it's really durable and it keeps you warm when you need to be warm. Wifey does not like to be cold at all, so she will wear a hoodie even in the summertime if she wants to. And so we're going to create a hoodie, and this is something brand new that we're working on here. As you guys know, I like to grill. So what better thing to do is to have this apron. And so we got this apron here that we have decided to start looking at doing some branding on for all of the grill masters out there. Get your Hopping the Trails with the Hopkins apron so that you can put all your, got two little pockets right here for anything that you might need to keep in them. And so we're going to look at getting those things created, and we're going to do it at a low cost. And that's the important thing. That was one of the main reasons why we decided to do it in-house, is so that we can save on some money as well as look stylish out there on the trails. So come on with me as we begin to go downstairs into our workshop, and we're going to get these things printed up. Let's ride. All right, trail hoppers, so we have made it down here to our workshop down here in our basement, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And so as you can see, the shirt I had on is the original design for our logo. And when we originally made these shirts, we just used all of the Cricut stuff that we have here, and we used the vinyl to press it onto the shirt. But we are kind of leveling up now, so we're going to go to DTF, which is direct to film transfer. And so the transfers that we decided to get for this project came from Ninja Transfers. Again, Ninja Transfers is not sponsoring us in this video, but we saw good things about Ninja Transfers, and so we decided to give it a try to see if it was going to be cost effective for us to do it. Now, we found on Ninja Transfers that the more transfers that you purchase, the greater the discount. So we spent just a little under $100, and we got 16 transfers. So you can do the math on that to see how much that is per transfer. Now, with Ninja Transfers, you can either have them cut them for you, or you can cut them out yourself. And so we opted to cut them out ourselves. And so they just came on this roll here. And so as you can see, all of our transfers is just on this roll. And so we're going to get them cut out, and then we'll start pressing them onto the shirt. Now, with Ninja Transfers, when it comes to getting it pressed onto your garment, they also send out instructions on how to press those, how to press their transfers onto the garments. And so we found this pretty helpful, again, since this was our first time utilizing it. And so we kind of tailored it to our specific needs, since we're going to be using our Cricut heat press today. Initially, there was some challenges that we had to overcome, but in their instructions, they provide some troubleshooting steps if it doesn't press right the first time. And so we were able to make those adjustments. So today we're going to be pressing these at 330 degrees for about 20 seconds. And so we will press it one time initially and wait a couple seconds, and then we'll press it again for another 20 seconds. We'll let it cool. So this is a cool peel situation. And so let's get into it. So since we're pressing on our table, we do have this little Cricut heat press mat that we're going to use today. just to protect the table. We also have some little alignment tools that you can align for the t-shirts that shows you where the center is. So you got your collar, they make them for adult and children. And so we'll put this on here just to give us kind of a rough estimate as to where we want to actually press the transfer onto the shirt, and just want to make sure that it's center. And so we'll go ahead and get this lined up. And so for now, we're just going to kind of line it up on there, and then we will get it taped down with some heat tape, just so that the adhesive on the tape doesn't melt into the garment. I know all of my crafters out there, I'm sure that there's some more professional terms when it comes to this, but we doing what we do. And so I like to, with the design of our logo, we like to center the peak of the mountain right in the center of the shirt. And so that's how we're going to go, kind of line it up today. And so we'll make sure that the mountain is on there, and then we will get it taped down, and then we'll get the heat press fired up, and then we're going to get to it. All right, we got our shirt pressed out, and take a look, guys. You can stretch it. That logo still looks good. So that's our shirt, and so we're going to go ahead and move on to our sweatshirt next. So we'll get it off the hanger, and we'll get the shirt up on the hanger there. So that's ready. So with the sweatshirt, it's slightly different because you want to make sure that the strings are out of the hoodie, because otherwise it'll leave a mark. And so for this, when we line it up, We still kind of put the peak of the mountain in the center of the neckline there. So we'll get this all spread out nicely. Now, one thing about the gang sheet is, you see this down here at the bottom. You want to make sure you cut that off. You don't want to press that onto your shirt. That's kind of like the border. So you want to make sure you cut that border line off, especially if it doesn't belong to the design that you're doing. You want to make sure you cut that off so you don't press it onto the shirt inadvertently, or press it onto whatever garment that you're using. So we'll just get this cut out. And with Ninja Transfers, you can build your own gang sheet, which is a feature that I really liked. Moving forward, you can have all different sizes, and so the size of the logo that we are printing on our garments today, I believe we did 10 by 10. We did a 10 by 10 square, and we built in some margins into it. We'll make sure we cut this border off just so that we don't have any problems with it. All right. And so we not only are we going to line this up with the center of the neckline, but we're also going to try to keep it lined up on the pockets as well. And so we kind of have we have all different types of measuring tools or rulers that we utilize when we're trying to get stuff lined up, just so that everything looks good. And so again, we're going to use some tape on here just so that if we have to move it, things do not shift. So while I'm getting this set up, in terms of the garments themselves, the t-shirts and the hoodies that we are using, we just purchased them from our local Hobby Lobby. And for the t-shirts, I think the t-shirts may have been right around $2.75. And so we get our t-shirts from there. I'm sure that there are other online wholesalers, especially if you want to do like bulk shirts. You know, these are great gifts for family. You know, great for people that, you know, who've been supporting you for a while. A gift to them that just says thank you. And then, you know, just for you. My dad always told me when we were younger, why do we, well, he really more so asked the question, why do you want to go out here and spend all this money on other people's clothes when you can make your own, be your own brand? And so we are going to be our own brand. All right, so we got that taped on to the sweatshirt. And so we'll get it lined up on our mat here. All right, so I can feel where the mat is underneath, so I know that I'm good to go there. And so we'll go ahead and get this pressed onto the sweatshirt. Then we'll be ready to ride. And so we will let that cool for about 25 seconds, and then we will go ahead and get the film removed. and then we'll press it again for another 25 seconds just to lock in the image on the garment, and that'll also help take some of the shine away on the image as well. And so you want to make sure you let it cool so that it kind of locks into the material, so that when you pull it off, it doesn't stay on the film. You want to make sure that it pulls off the film. And I found that with these particular transfers, you want to pull it off with a little bit of force. Once you get it going, you just want to keep pulling it, and it'll detach from that film pretty good. Yes. Yeah. Because the sound bar might not be on. Okay, babe. I'm recording. Give me a second. Now I'm gotta do a voiceover. All right, our hoodie is now done. And so that looks pretty good. All right, trail hoppers, well, that is it for this week's episode of Hopping the Trails with the Hopkins. Hey, remember, you too can begin to make your own swag at home if you follow our easy steps. And like I said, there are other places out there on the internet where you can get your shirts, your hoodies, whatever garments you want to use, whatever material you want to use. There's a lot of places you can get it from. Even with transfers, there's a lot of other different places that will do transfers, but we just found that the process at Ninja Transfers was super easy. They also sell garments there too, Ninja blanks. And so we're going to look at possibly buying some wholesale garments from them just to see how that process goes. But hey, remember, you can do this too. Until next time, let's ride.